Okay, I'm going to hit record and then I'm going to let you guys get at it. Okay, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, so I'd like to welcome you to our group's presentation over Java. Our presenters today are Andre Coleman, Joshua Dalton, William Johnson, and Aisha Saeed. Next slide. What is Java? Java is a computer programming language. It lets the programmers write codes in English-based commands rather than write numerical codes. It is considered a high-level language because it can be easily written and read by humans. There are lots of applications and websites that will not work unless you have Java installed, and more are created every day. Java is fast, secure, and reliable. Next slide, please. So some history about Java. It was James Gosling and his team that initiated the Java language program in 1991. There was a small team of Sun engineers called the Green Team. They began designing the first version of Java aimed at programming home appliances, which were controlled by a wide variety of computer processors. Gosling's new language needed to be accessible by a variety of computer processors, so in 1995, Netscape Incorporated released its latest version of the Netscape browser, which was capable of running Java programs. Next slide. So current day, Java is a commonly used foundation for developing and delivering content on the web. According to Oracle, there are more than 9 million Java developers worldwide and more than 3 billion mobile phones that run on Java. In 2014, one of the major changes that happened to the Java language was the launch with Java SE 8. So some changes included additional functional programming features, parallel processing using streams, and improved integration with JavaScript. Next slide. And Joshua will go over why to use Java.
So basically talking a little bit about the technical specifications on the Java language itself. So why would you use Java? Well, I mean, Java itself has so many different features and so many different languages that you can use to build a web page. All the web developers who build web pages, they have to learn 3 different languages. The first being HTML, and that's specifically the content. All the information that's on the web page. The second being CSS, and that's mostly the layout, the design, everything that'll be looked at on your web page. The third is JavaScript. Now, what JavaScript is, the actual program behavior, the actions, the commands, the Flash player, and all the moving pieces. So those are the 3 that you are required to know as a web developer in this Java program. Next slide. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about the tutoring and how to actually write that Java language itself into a program. So as you notice, the top there has a document. It's like a white page that's set on the web page itself. Now you can see the HTML there at the very top and the end portion. Says HTML is a language that we use to write the actual content information into your web page. Now that's HTML. So that's the beginning and that's the close. So anything you write out of the body of information, it won't accept it. It won't show on the web page. So you have to make sure you're writing all the information actually inside the open and closing marks of the HTML body. So now you can look at H1, it's called, or head 1, and head 2, and head 4. Those are basically the size of the font. So you can choose any font, for example. So if I chose Welcome to E-commerce class, I wanted that to be H1, so heading 1. So it'd be a larger font, it'd be opening with that head 1. The next would be H2, which would be a little bit of a smaller font. You might notice it's a different one. So it says, welcome to this web page. It's owned by 4 different students. Now we go to the 4th, and it's a much smaller font, you see. There's 4 different names. There's my name, Joshua. There's all 4 students. As well, you can notice on the very bottom, it has one button there that says the web page has a button specifically where if you click on it, it'll have some sort of action. It'll have something. So if you hit on the page, we'll take a look at it. If you could look at the next slide, please. Okay. So when you notice there, you click on it, you have the date, the time, and so, like example, we were playing with that last Tuesday with this project, and so you can notice there where it says the header. There's some modifications there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, all in different fonts. And so now you see the very top, the biggest header, that H1, all the way down to that H4, the smallest font, the smallest header. There's different rows of fonts. That's the design portion of the Java language. That would be in the HTML part of the page. So that's just some basic information in regards to Java. Next
Okay,
slide.
Josh, thank you. We'll quickly take a look at Java security best practices. I'm not sure if my phone is breaking up or not, but you all hear any background noise or just?
You're okay.
You're good.
Okay, good. We'll take a quick look at the Java security best practices. We'll take a look at it for developers, for system administrators, for end users, and for security professionals. The key to Java, and we all know this, is that to keep it up to date. So for developers, the key factor is to review the Java security update page, implement code guidelines, and for better understanding, continue to review or get involved in a Java security community. For administrators, the same key factor. You definitely want to track any usage and maintain compatibility to make sure that older versions are secure. You want to stay up to date, and you want to also implement trusted timestamping for signing and verifying signed jar files. Next slide. It's redundant again here for end users, staying up to date. You're always periodically prompted for updates with Java. Always download Java from a trusted website, java.com preferred. And if you have to, you can disconnect it from your web browser. Security professionals, maintain the latest security patches, implement code guidelines, and also make sure that you have signed, trusted timestamp to prevent early expiration of your code. Next slide. We'll take a look at the Java support roadmap. It's critical here to understand that how Java is set up with its different editions and platforms today. Java considered its platforms as 5.0, 6, 7, and 8. So that to help customers better understand this, Java Standard Edition has major releases that are maintained for a minimum of 3 years from the general availability date. 1 year after the general availability date of any subsequent major release. 6 months after that, any subsequent major release has been established as the default Java runtime for desktop users on java.com. Long-term support. Customers who need to continue to access those critical bug fixes and security fixes, those will be maintained for a longer time on Java, on the Oracle Java support page. Updates and release versions. Any new implementations of an existing release or an update revision itself does not have a separate end-of-life period. Once a new update or revision is posted, the previous version is archived on java.com. So we'll now do a summary with Bill.
Okay, so what is Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language and runtime environment. It's used for a foundation for developing and delivering content on the web and many other uses. Where is it used? Today, Java is commonly used as a foundation for developing and delivering content on the web, as I said before. And according to Oracle, like we had said earlier, is all over the place. 9 million Java developers all over the world developing the applications and it's running on 3 billion mobile phones as well as on the web. Is it secure? I mean, Java does have its own integrated security technology, that large set of APIs and tools to prevent security breaches, and they maintain it on a regular basis, and they regularly update the Java programming language to close any issues they find, with hooks into the programming language that could be compromised or cause a compromise. So when we went over security as far as who's, for each one of the groups that need to, maintain security, the developers, the system administrators, and the security professionals, but the end users are responsible too. They need to make sure that they keep that Java up to date, make sure that that they have older versions of Java removed if they can. There's some older applications that legacy applications you may need to maintain, especially as a system administrator in the networking field. I need to do that on a regular basis, and so I keep a lot of older versions of Java accessible so I can do that. So what about the future? Well, Java is a stable, maintained, widely accepted, and highly developed object-oriented programming language. It's going to be around for the foreseeable future. There's not that many things that are contesting it. PHP's tried. There's a couple other things that are basically, but they find their own niche markets, and Java is a good overall programming language. Where is it? The question should not be where is it, it's where it's not. It's on your phone. It's in your gadgets all over your house. It's in your car phone. I've got a clock radio beside my bed that's running Java, so it's everywhere. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So, and you can expect to see it for the, like I said, for the foreseeable future. So that opens it up for questions.